Rolling. First video, rolling. Okay, honestly, the first time I listened to WAP, it felt like an experience like no other. It felt like it was the only time in my life when I was going to experience something of the caliber of WAP. Okay, it was a pretty good experience. Okay, it was really good. Now, disclaimer, I'm looking at this from a completely objective point of view, from a subjective point of view. That doesn't make any sense. But basically, I'm trying to be objective within my own personal bias, if that makes any sense. So still bias. Also, disclaimer, I'm not an expert in music theory. I'm trying my best. I am a musician, but I'm not an expert in music theory at all whatsoever. So please bear with me. WAP! Let's begin. Cardi B's and Megan Thee Stallion's WAP, released on August 7th, 2020, a day before my birthday. Pretty good treat, I would say so myself. Controversial track, of course, but, you know, I mean, that's to be expected. The song most notably samples DJ Frank Ski's house-ish dance song, Whores in This House. Am I allowed to say that on YouTube? I don't know. We'll find out. But the song is a straight banger. Like, you need to listen to that right now. After you watch this video, go and listen to it, because it's really good. It also happens to sample Cupcake's song, Spoiled Milk Titties. Yes. It's more so in the lyrics. I mean, more it's specifically in the part where, you know, it talks about the DICK in the garage. Yeah, like both songs, Cardi B's song and Cupcake's song, both kind of have that kind of similar lyric there. But also, instrumentally, they are sort of similar. You can kind of hear the, you know, the similarities instrumentation-wise, rhythmic-wise, even, I guess, you know, rap-wise, obviously. I mean, you know, I'm not a rap connoisseur. It's honestly, it's very interesting. You know, because, you know, to my surprise, I never heard of Cupcake until I started, you know, kind of looking into the WAP song. And so, good on Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, and the songwriters involved in the, you know, in WAP, because, you know, if it wasn't for WAP, you know, I wouldn't have really heard of Cupcake. Now, some other people have, definitely, and I've seen it online. But, you know, good for them for, you know, even going as far back as sampling, you know, that 1993 house DJ Frank Ski song. You know, I think it's pretty cool that, you know, they're able to credit the songs, Cupcake, and, you know, that paved the way for a song like WAP. Now, of course, in the times that we live in today, it is very understandable as to why a song like WAP would be very, very controversial and so popular. Honestly, you know, it's a very interesting time. So the song begins catchy as hell, okay, with, you know, the beginning of, you know, the guy going like, there's some in this house, there's in this house, there's some in this house. I think it's absolutely fantastic, and it never goes away. Okay, it never goes away. It's absolutely incredible. You know, there's this it's a, you know, normal pitch. You know, you hear the voice, and then it goes, and then as the song progresses, then you hear like
a lower pitched version of it,
and then a high pitched version of it.
Very, you know, I guess, you know, par for the course for this type of song, but still cool nevertheless. It also begins with a light bass synthy punch. It's light, of course, you know, and as the song then, of course, progresses, then the bass then kind of Pokemon evolves, you know, into this really nasty, heavy, thick, THICC 808 bass sound, you know, similar to the trap, you know, trap bass that you hear nowadays, but it's fantastic. It's great. It reminds me of, you know, the Scots, the recently released single from Kid Cudi and Travis Scott. Well, recently, I guess, earlier this year. But, you know, it's as nasty as that, really. And this might honestly be one of the nastiest, if not the nastiest. I I think I've said the word nasty more times than I've ever said it in my life right now. But yes, it's great. Now, the bass does go down an octave. Correct me if I'm wrong with that, but I do believe it does that, which is cool. And then it goes back and forth between, the high octave that it begins with and then the low octave. Usually, once the raps start flowing, that's when it goes back into the, that low end, which makes sense. But I like that because it gives the track, obviously, dynamic. It's a very simple track. You got some hi-hats, too. But they're buried in the background, okay? They're almost non-existent, but they're there. And then there's this other percussive element that's kind of like it's just I can't do it. I can't do it. But it's and then you hear and then the hi-hats come in, and then it's just in the background. It's so good. It's buried, Honestly, I like it. I like how subtle it is, and it's crazy. You know what I mean? We start, you have so much diversity now. You have these songs that have these bombastic instrumentations, and then you have, WAP. Cardi B's delivery is pretty straightforward. She's almost like a knife. She's that murder scene and in a jail scene. Where just the guy is just, going at it in the guy's belly. It's kind of like that. That was really, never mind. Cardi B's delivery is, of course, very, just straightforward. It's ba, 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 ba. It's just in your face, almost like you're being stabbed consistently. That's a really bad image to, put in your heads. But yeah, essentially. Megan Thee Stallion's rap verses, though, I'm not very familiar with her rap style. I only heard the Beyonce song that she did. And yeah, her rap verses are obviously a lot more dynamic here, which I think is fantastic. There's this duality, you have the octave change with the bass and even with the guy going, "It's in this house. In this house," and you have Cardi B, with such a different rap flow and just rap style than Megan Thee Stallion. It's just, even in production-wise, Megan Thee Stallion's rap verses, there's it's accompanied with these moans and these groans, these just all in your ear, and then Cardi B does have, double tracking, layering with her vocals, 99.9% of rap, but, it's less, bombastic, there's a lot less going on with Cardi B's, raps, mostly because she's just so blunt and straightforward and pop, 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 and Megan Thee is just kind of like a rapid butterfly, just, with a Gatling gun, kind of like that, I don't know, that's weird. Cardi B is like a butterfly with a shotgun, and then, not even a butterfly, just a shotgun, and then Megan Thee Stallion is a butterfly with a Gatling gun, so, yeah, it's great. I love the dichotomy. There's never a moment in the track where you are bored. Okay, I very much have to say this. The way Cardi B says, "Give me everything you got for this P." That was weird. But just the way that she says, "Give me everything you got for this wet ass P," P-U-S-S-Y. I think it's great. Just hearing it, just give me everything you got for this. I just hear it. I hear it. I love it. And, of course, some of these lyrics, okay? Some of these lyrics, man. I swear. "I want you to touch that little dangly thing that swing in the back of my throat." Absolute gold. Okay, not only is it gold because you can hear the consonants really, really well, because the production is so good, of course, but the consonants are just in your ear so well, very piercing, like a knife, like a shotgun, pa, but definitely, it reminds me of the Monster House uvula scene for some reason, is that, I don't even know, but it is a good, I love that scene, definitely this lyric has now made WAP very much a Grammy contender for Song of the Year. "Put him on his knees, give him something to believe in." Gold, absolute gold. pay my tuition just to kiss me on this wet-ass pee? Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You understand me? Yeah. Never lost a fight, but I'm looking for a beating. Okay, that's female empowerment. That's female empowerment right there. And, of course, I can't forget about the subtle sound effects sprinkled throughout the song. Specifically, very much so, the car horn, the truck car horn that appears in the song right after, I want you to park that big Mack truck right in this little garage. And then right after she says that, it just, like, well, it's not like that, but it's, like, it's just the car horn, like a car horn, you know what I mean? Like, but it's just, it's fantastic. Overall, guys, this track snaps, cracks, WAPs so well. Okay, it's great. And and this is from an artistic standpoint. Politics aside, controversy aside, that's I'm looking at it from an objective point of view, while being biased. I feel like this song is very much it might be in the history books at some point. Hit me back up, when I'm like 90 or something, when I'm 90, I'll look back in this video and see if I was right about this song being in the history books. I don't know, obviously, lyrically, definitely, it's obviously not the first song to do this, but it's kind of the first song ever to reach this type of controversy, but it's because of the times, of course, definitely, but, I think it's a good 50-50, okay? I think it's a historic type of song in a way, even though there's kind of this weird feeling where like when you're in a historic time you don't really like kind of notice it until when you look at it retrospectively. Maybe it might be like that, who knows. Female WAPers. See what I did there? See what I did there? WAP, guys. I like it. I do. Well, guys, thank you guys for watching this first episode, actually, of my series called Biased. Pretty redundant, but at the same time, there could be a lot of... Thank you guys for watching again. Please check out the description below. There's some links, for my social medias and for my original music, because I do make music. Believe it or not, this guy that doesn't really know anything about music in any, deep way, I guess, well, theory-wise, does make music, and I'm okay, all right? And I do mean that kind of, like in a real, honest way. Please go listen to it. Thank you. I love you. Till next time.